So then we are back with more understandings from the time of the Second Tabernacle services, where we find in the Aramaic English translation of the word. This translation comes from the original manuscripts of the prophets of the Israelic lineage. So then we can understand the time of the end. As per Yeshayahu the prophet, we find a layer of understanding of the spring feast, autumn feast, and also the returning of the cities of the Messiah laid waste for many centuries. And then, as we understand, the Messiah himself came and he completed the spring feast as per then Leviticus the 23rd chapter. Thus what Shaliach Shaul said, not to be ignorant of the times and the seasons. So then we find ourselves in understanding further these end of times, precisely then the restoration period. As was then this morning, news from Australia and the situation regarding then the stimulus plan of US causing a lot of damage around the world. We find then the economy of US is not recuperating, the stimulus is not truly working, and the US economy can't stand by itself. So then 85 times 12 digits must be used in the economy to maintain its status. However, countries are becoming more aware of the dangers of the economical crisis coming ahead. Because of these, then we find ourselves understanding why then there is this desire for the extension when we compare then the second chapter of Daniel and the third chapter of Daniel, when then the king himself built a statue of gold. Then we find ourselves understanding why he did, because he wanted to extend his kingdom. We find in the United States after then 2009 wanting to extend its own kingdom. Let's try to understand the consequences of it. Thus far, the economy of US is not working. So then, President Obama has then on his agenda a visit that he has a plan of going and becoming part of the Asian market. It's going to be then obviously the countries of Indonesia, Brunei, Malaysia, and the Philippines from the October 6th through the 12th. And we know precisely that he's not going there to try to make deals with the US. He's going there simply to provoke tensions, so then he can have some sort of a chance of provoking some conflict, so then he can be part of and then have arms then for sale. That's the objective. We find these very importantly placed because the economy is not truly improving, and then 85 times 12 digits per month of debt, then the nation is absolutely nearly wrecked. And then let's try to find out then, besides the Syrian problem that's nearly resolved, then the economy trying to extend its tentacles towards the Pacific. As we understand, in the Philippines, then they have there over there a base, military base they want to upgrade also, and they have very influential ties, but it's not for the purposes of economy. It's for the purposes of creating tensions in the area, so then China does not have the power of continue on with the Asian Pacific trade partnership. So then let's evaluate then in the future what's coming shortly, because the news are not very encouraging. Jobs are not being created as much as they should have, and the economy is not picking up. So then the only situation left is then provoking conflicts. So then let's evaluate then the strengthening of the monetary system of Australia, and also considering New Zealand and the many countries of the Pacific shortly then will receive then a burst of tension because Obama is coming around. So then let's evaluate then the instructions. What does it say? The instruction simply requires then obedience. In any condition requires obedience. However, there are those people who are then engaged in being obedient, and those who are simply posing as obedient, however not doing their part because they are afraid of some sort of retaliation. And then those people are what the Messiah has said, neither hot or cold, and a person then is vomited, because either the plan and the objective is completed or not. As we understand, after 09, the Hebrews, those who are then named by the Messiah, should return and resume their services. The first holy city is on the land of Cush, northern Sudan. So then, When we have this objective, then obviously on a Gentile level comes Congo, where the Mr. Chi, Mr. Kabila, they make a deal, because this is the first objective regarding then the time of the restoration Gentile level. So then the world can experience a bit of peace and stability in the market. More is coming up. Please stay tuned, because we're going to evaluate then chapter 11 of Daniel, where then gives us a very strong understanding how the path should give us then clarity, where then the world should head towards, because this is what these instructions are for, giving directives. And then not only this, but nations can adopt it for themselves then these understandings, so they are protected against the dangers of the market of the world. Please stay tuned, much more coming up.